Stretching across the central heart of Lombok Island, Central Lombok occupies one of the most geographically diverse landscapes in Indonesia. Its territory extends from approximately 8 degrees 7 minutes to 8 degrees 30 minutes south latitude and 116 degrees 10 minutes to 116 degrees 30 minutes east longitude, forming a remarkable corridor that begins at the foothills of Mount Rinjani in the north and reaches the spectacular coastline of Kuta Mandalika along the Indian Ocean in the south. This geographical position is far more than a set of coordinates on a map. It defines the identity of an entire region. Within a relatively compact area, the land transforms dramatically. Towering volcanic highlands gradually give way to fertile valleys, expansive agricultural plains, gently rolling hills, and finally, some of Indonesia's most stunning tropical beaches. Few places offer such an extraordinary transition between mountain landscapes and ocean horizons within such a short distance. To the north, Central Lombok shares its natural boundary with the majestic Mount Rinjani, Indonesia's second highest volcano. Rising more than 3,700 meters above sea level, Rinjani has influenced the region for thousands of years. Although the mountain itself lies across neighboring regencies, its volcanic legacy extends deep into central Lombok. Rich mineral deposits carried by ancient eruptions have created fertile soils that continue to support agriculture, providing livelihoods for countless farming communities across the region. To the east, Central Lombok borders East Lombok Regency, creating an important connection between two regions that have long shared cultural traditions, economic activities, and transportation networks. To the west lies West Lombok Regency, linking the area with the provincial capital of Mataram and serving as one of the island's busiest economic corridors. These neighbouring regions together form the backbone of Lombok Island, where people, goods, and ideas have moved freely for generations. Yet perhaps the most defining feature of Central Lombok lies to the south. Here, the land meets the vast Indian Ocean, one of the world's most powerful bodies of water. Unlike calmer, enclosed seas, the Indian Ocean brings dramatic waves, breathtaking coastal cliffs, pristine white sand beaches, and unforgettable sunsets that paint the horizon in brilliant shades of gold, orange, and crimson. This southern coastline has become internationally recognized not only for its extraordinary beauty, but also for its role in transforming Indonesia's tourism industry. For centuries, these shores were home primarily to fishing communities who depended on the rhythm of the sea for their survival. Today, while many traditional livelihoods continue, the same coastline has evolved into a globally celebrated destination where visitors arrive from every continent to experience its natural wonders. The famous beaches of Kuta Mandalika are only one chapter in a much larger story. Every stretch of coastline reveals a unique character. Some beaches are protected by gentle bays with crystal clear waters, while others face the full force of the Indian Ocean, creating ideal conditions for international surfing competitions. Rocky cliffs overlook endless blue horizons, while hidden coves offer peaceful retreats untouched by urban development. This remarkable diversity exists because Central Lombok's landscape has been shaped over millions of years by powerful geological forces. Volcanic activity, tectonic movement, erosion, and changing sea levels have sculpted a terrain unlike almost anywhere else in Southeast Asia. Every hill, valley, and coastline reflects a geological history that began long before humans first settled the island. Elevation across the Regency ranges from sea level along the southern coast to nearly 2,000 meters above sea level in its northern highlands. This dramatic variation creates an astonishing range of ecosystems and microclimates. Coastal communities experience warm ocean breezes throughout the year, while higher elevations enjoy significantly cooler temperatures and increased rainfall. As a result, agriculture, biodiversity, and settlement patterns differ greatly from one district to another. The fertile lowlands support extensive rice cultivation, one of the foundations of Central Lombok's economy and food security. Rice paddies stretch across broad valleys, their emerald green fields reflecting centuries of agricultural knowledge passed from one generation to the next. During planting season, these landscapes become vibrant mosaics of water, soil, and young rice shoots, while harvest season transforms them into seas of golden grain. Higher elevations are home to different agricultural systems, where farmers cultivate crops suited to cooler conditions and varying soil compositions. This adaptability has enabled local communities to make efficient use of diverse landscapes despite seasonal challenges. The region's soils tell another fascinating story. Central Lombok contains a complex mixture of alluvial soils, grey regosals, brown regosals, grumosals, brown forest soils, and Mediterranean soils. Each type possesses unique physical and chemical characteristics that influence what can be successfully cultivated. These fertile, volcanic, and sedimentary soils have supported agriculture for centuries, making the region one of Lombok's important food-producing areas. The abundance of fertile land has encouraged communities to develop sophisticated farming practices that balance productivity with environmental conditions. Fields are carefully managed according to seasonal rainfall, elevation, and soil characteristics, demonstrating generations of accumulated local knowledge. Nature has also shaped the rhythm of everyday life through its climate. Central Lombok experiences a tropical savanna climate characterized by two distinct seasons. From approximately November through April, the rainy season nourishes forests, rivers, farmland, and reservoirs. January is typically the wettest month, with average rainfall exceeding 300 millimeters, transforming the landscape into a lush green paradise. Rivers flow more vigorously, vegetation flourishes, and agricultural activity reaches its peak as farmers take advantage of abundant water supplies. Then, as the calendar turns toward May, a gradual transformation begins. The dry season arrives, bringing clear blue skies, abundant sunshine, and dramatically reduced rainfall that continues until around October. August is generally the driest month, receiving less than 20 millimeters of rainfall on average. During this period, grasses turn golden across open landscapes, hills adopt warm, earthy tones, and the coastline enjoys ideal weather conditions that attract travelers from around the globe. Rather than diminishing the region's beauty, this seasonal transformation creates an entirely different landscape. The contrast between the vibrant greens of the rainy season and the golden hues of the dry season has become one of Central Lombok's defining visual identities. It is a place where every season reveals a new personality, reminding visitors that nature is constantly evolving while remaining timeless. These seasonal rhythms have influenced life in Central Lombok for countless generations. Farmers plan their planting and harvesting calendars according to the arrival of the rains. Fishermen read the changing winds and ocean currents before setting out to sea. Builders, traders, and local communities have all learned to adapt their activities to the natural cycle that repeats itself year after year. Annual rainfall across the Regency generally ranges between 1,000 and 2,500 millimeters, although precipitation varies considerably from one district to another due to differences in elevation and local geography. Areas such as Janapriya, Praya, and Central Praya commonly receive between 1,000 and 1,750 millimeters of rain each year. Other districts, including North Batu Kliang, Jongat, Kopang, Southwest Praya, and Pringgarata, often experience rainfall reaching 1,500 to 2,500 millimeters, supporting lush vegetation and productive agricultural landscapes. These differences may appear small on paper, but they shape the everyday realities of thousands of families. They influence which crops are planted, when harvests begin, how reservoirs are managed, and even how villages have historically developed across the landscape. Water has always been one of Central Lombok's greatest treasures. During the rainy months, rivers descending from the northern highlands carry fresh water toward the lowlands, replenishing irrigation systems that sustain extensive rice fields. This natural cycle has allowed agriculture to flourish for centuries despite the long dry season. Traditional irrigation knowledge, combined with modern water management, continues to play a vital role in ensuring food production across the Regency. Agriculture remains one of the strongest pillars of Central Lombok's economy. Although the region has gained international recognition for tourism, vast areas of the Regency are still devoted to farming. Rice fields dominate many valleys, while corn, soybeans, peanuts, cassava, vegetables, fruits, and tobacco are cultivated throughout different districts, depending on elevation and soil conditions. For many families, farming is more than an occupation. It is a tradition inherited across generations, connecting people to the land in ways that extend beyond economics. Every planting season represents hope. Every harvest reflects months of dedication, patience, and resilience in the face of changing weather conditions. Livestock also forms an essential part of rural life. Cattle, goats, chickens, and other farm animals contribute to household incomes while supporting local food production. In many villages, agriculture and livestock raising exist side by side, creating integrated farming systems that maximize available resources. Beyond its fertile plains, Central Lombok is equally remarkable for the richness of its natural scenery. Traveling from north to south is like crossing several different worlds in a single journey. The northern landscapes are characterized by cooler temperatures, forested hills, and panoramic views toward Mount Rinjani. As the road descends toward the center of the Regency, broad plains emerge, dotted with villages, rice paddies, coconut trees, and bustling local markets. Continuing farther south, rolling hills gradually replace flat farmland before finally revealing dramatic coastlines where turquoise waters meet brilliant white sand. This extraordinary geographical diversity has become one of Central Lombok's greatest strengths. Visitors are not limited to experiencing only mountains or beaches. Within a relatively short drive, they can witness volcanic landscapes, agricultural heartlands, traditional villages, and internationally acclaimed coastal destinations. One of the defining milestones in the region's modern history has been the development of Lombok International Airport. Strategically located within Central Lombok, the airport serves as the primary gateway to Lombok Island. Every day, thousands of passengers arrive from across Indonesia and around the world, making their first impression of Lombok through this regency. The establishment of the airport fundamentally transformed regional connectivity. Travel that once required lengthy overland journeys or indirect routes became significantly more accessible. Tourism expanded rapidly, business opportunities increased, investment accelerated. Local producers gained improved access to broader markets, while international visitors could reach Lombok with greater convenience than ever before. The airport also strengthened Central Lombok's position as a transportation hub within West Nusa Tenggara. Roads connecting the airport to surrounding districts, tourist destinations, and neighboring regencies have continued to improve, supporting economic growth across multiple sectors. Yet perhaps no development has captured international attention more dramatically than the transformation of the southern coastline through the Mandalika tourism area. What was once known primarily for its untouched natural beauty has evolved into one of Indonesia's flagship tourism destinations. The Mandalika Special Economic Zone was envisioned as more than a beach resort. It represents a long-term national strategy to create a sustainable tourism destination capable of competing on the global stage while showcasing Indonesia's extraordinary natural and cultural heritage. Today, visitors arriving in Mandalika encounter modern infrastructure carefully integrated with spectacular coastal landscapes. Luxury hotels stand alongside traditional communities. Wide boulevards connect beaches that remain remarkably pristine. Public spaces invite visitors to enjoy panoramic ocean views while preserving the area's natural character. At the heart of this transformation stands the internationally renowned Pertamina Mandalika International Circuit. Built near the coastline with the Indian Ocean as its breathtaking backdrop, the circuit has become one of the world's most visually distinctive motorsport venues. Unlike many racing facilities constructed in industrial settings, Mandalika offers an extraordinary combination of cutting-edge engineering and tropical scenery. The arrival of international racing events has introduced millions of television viewers worldwide to the beauty of Central Lombok. Images of world-class motorcycle racing unfolding against turquoise waters, rolling green hills, and white sandy beaches have dramatically elevated Lombok's global profile. For local communities, this transformation has created new opportunities in hospitality, transportation, culinary services, handicrafts, tourism, and entrepreneurship. Hotels, restaurants, local guides, souvenir businesses, and transportation providers have all benefited from the increasing number of domestic and international visitors. At the same time, the challenge remains to ensure that economic development proceeds hand in hand with environmental conservation and cultural preservation. Protecting beaches, marine ecosystems, local traditions, and community identity is essential if Central Lombok is to maintain the unique qualities that first attracted global attention. Because in the end, the true strength of Central Lombok does not lie only in modern infrastructure or international recognition. Its greatest strength has always been the remarkable harmony between nature, people, and progress. That harmony becomes even more meaningful when you look beyond the headlines and into the lives of the people who call Central Lombok home. With a population of more than 1.12 million people in 2025, Central Lombok is one of the most populous regencies in West Nusa Tenggara. Behind that number are countless individual stories: farmers who rise before sunrise to tend their rice fields, fishermen who venture into the Indian Ocean before dawn, small business owners who keep traditional markets alive, teachers shaping the next generation, craftsmen preserving skills passed down through centuries, young entrepreneurs embracing new opportunities created by tourism and digital technology. Every community contributes to the identity of this remarkable region. Across the Regency, villages remain the foundation of everyday life. Here, neighbours know one another by name, families gather for traditional ceremonies, and generations continue to live side by side. While modernisation has introduced new technologies and lifestyles, many communities continue to preserve values centred on cooperation, mutual respect, and shared responsibility. This balance between preserving tradition and embracing progress is one of Central Lombok's greatest achievements. Modern highways now connect areas that were once difficult to reach. Improved telecommunications allow local businesses to connect with customers around the world. Students have greater access to education and digital resources than ever before. Healthcare facilities continue to expand, while transportation infrastructure supports increasing economic activity throughout the Regency. Yet despite these changes, much of Central Lombok still moves in harmony with nature. The first light of morning often reveals mist drifting across rice fields as the distant silhouette of Mount Rinjani watches over the landscape. Farmers begin their work before temperatures rise. Birds fill the air with song as irrigation canals carry fresh mountain water toward fertile plains. By midday, traditional markets become vibrant centers of commerce where fresh produce, spices, seafood, textiles, and handcrafted goods reflect the agricultural richness of the surrounding countryside. These markets are more than places to buy and sell. They are gathering spaces where friendships are strengthened, news is exchanged, and local culture continues to thrive. As afternoon approaches, sunlight illuminates the rolling hills leading toward the southern coastline. The scenery changes almost effortlessly. Green fields gradually give way to open grasslands before revealing dramatic cliffs overlooking the endless blue waters of the Indian Ocean. Few destinations in Southeast Asia offer such a striking transition between landscapes within a relatively short distance. For photographers, every hour presents a new opportunity. For travelers, every road leads to a different experience. For local communities, these landscapes are simply home. The coastline itself remains one of Central Lombok's most extraordinary natural treasures. Here, the power of the Indian Ocean has shaped magnificent cliffs, hidden coves, white sand beaches, and crystal clear waters over countless generations. The rhythm of the tides continues much as it has for thousands of years, reminding visitors that nature operates on a timescale far greater than human history. These coastal ecosystems also support remarkable marine biodiversity. Coral reefs surrounding parts of southern Lombok provide habitats for countless species of fish and other marine life. Healthy coastal ecosystems help sustain local fisheries while attracting divers and snorkelers eager to explore Indonesia's underwater world. Protecting these environments has become increasingly important as tourism continues to grow. Sustainable development requires careful planning. Beaches must remain clean. Coral reefs must be protected. Coastal vegetation must be preserved to reduce erosion and maintain ecological balance. Responsible tourism ensures that future generations will inherit the same natural beauty that visitors enjoy today. This commitment to sustainability has become one of the defining challenges and opportunities for Central Lombok. Economic growth is essential. Infrastructure development is necessary. Tourism creates jobs and attracts investment. But lasting prosperity depends upon protecting the very landscapes that make the region unique. This philosophy extends beyond environmental conservation. Culture is equally valuable. Throughout Central Lombok, traditions continue to shape everyday life. Local customs, traditional music, dance performances, weaving techniques, and community ceremonies reflect generations of accumulated wisdom. These cultural expressions provide visitors with experiences that cannot be replicated anywhere else in the world. Authenticity has become one of Central Lombok's greatest competitive advantages. Travelers today increasingly seek destinations that offer genuine human connections rather than simply beautiful scenery. They want to understand local history, experience traditional hospitality, taste regional cuisine, and learn about communities whose identities have been shaped over centuries. Central Lombok offers exactly that. It is a destination where spectacular landscapes are matched by equally rich cultural heritage. At the same time, education and innovation are opening new possibilities for younger generations. Students across the Regency are preparing for careers that previous generations could scarcely imagine. Some will become engineers designing tomorrow's infrastructure. Others will work in hospitality, aviation, healthcare, education, environmental science, digital technology, or international business. Many will create opportunities of their own by building local enterprises that connect Central Lombok with global markets. The presence of Lombok International Airport and the rapid expansion of tourism have accelerated this transformation. Young people who once needed to leave the island to pursue professional opportunities increasingly find those opportunities developing at home. Entrepreneurship is flourishing. Creative industries continue to emerge. Small businesses are reaching international customers through digital platforms. Local products are gaining recognition beyond Indonesia's borders. These developments represent more than economic statistics. They represent hope. Hope that future generations can build prosperous lives while remaining connected to their communities. Hope that development can improve living standards without sacrificing cultural identity. Hope that progress and preservation can move forward together rather than standing in opposition. Perhaps this is the greatest lesson Central Lombok offers the world. True development is not measured solely by taller buildings, larger investments, or increasing visitor numbers. Its true success is measured by whether people, culture, nature, and opportunity can grow together in harmony. And in Central Lombok, that remarkable journey is still unfolding, one chapter at a time. The story of Central Lombok is ultimately a story of transformation. Not a transformation that erased the past, but one that built upon it. For generations, this land was known primarily for its fertile farmland, traditional villages, and breathtaking coastline. Its people depended on agriculture, fishing, and local trade, living in close harmony with the rhythms of nature. The seasons dictated daily life, the rains determined planting, the ocean provided food and opportunity. Mountains supplied fertile soil that nourished the valleys below. Then, within the span of only a few decades, Central Lombok began attracting the attention of the world. Its strategic location, extraordinary landscapes, and growing infrastructure positioned it as one of Indonesia's most promising regions for tourism and investment. Roads improved, airports expanded, hotels rose along the southern coast. International sporting events brought global media coverage. Millions who had never heard of Lombok suddenly discovered its name. Yet, despite this remarkable progress, Central Lombok has never lost sight of what truly makes it special. Its greatest attraction is not a single beach, not a single racing circuit, not a single luxury resort. Its greatest attraction is the complete experience of a region where every journey reveals something different. Drive north and you'll encounter cool mountain air and landscapes shaped by volcanic forces. Travel through the Central Plains and you'll witness endless stretches of rice fields, villages, and fertile farmland that continue to feed communities across the island. Head south and the scenery transforms into rolling hills that suddenly open to reveal the brilliant blue waters of the Indian Ocean, where white sand beaches stretch toward the horizon and waves crash against dramatic limestone cliffs. Few places offer such extraordinary diversity within a single regency. That diversity has become Central Lombok's greatest strength. Nature has provided the foundation, the people have created the culture, vision has shaped the future. Together, they have built a destination unlike any other. Today, Central Lombok stands as an important symbol of Indonesia's broader development. It demonstrates that regional growth is not limited to major metropolitan areas. World-class infrastructure, international tourism, sustainable agriculture, and cultural preservation can flourish together beyond the country's largest cities. This success carries significance far beyond West Nusa Tenggara. It sends a powerful message that local communities, when supported by thoughtful planning and strategic investment, can become active participants in global development while preserving the values that define their identity. Visitors who arrive expecting only beautiful beaches often leave with something far more meaningful. They discover communities whose hospitality makes strangers feel like family. They experience landscapes that change dramatically from one district to the next. They witness the resilience of people who have adapted to changing times without abandoning their traditions. They realize that the true beauty of Central Lombok cannot be measured only by photographs. It must be experienced. It must be walked. It must be explored. It must be understood. Every sunrise over the rice fields speaks of renewal. Every sunset above the Indian Ocean reminds us of nature's timeless grandeur. Every harvest celebrates perseverance. Every new business reflects ambition. Every child attending school represents another investment in the future. These are the quiet achievements that rarely make international headlines, yet they define the true character of Central Lombok. As Indonesia continues its journey into the 21st century, regions like Central Lombok will play an increasingly important role in shaping the nation's future. Its agricultural strength supports food security. Its transportation infrastructure strengthens regional connectivity. Its tourism industry introduces Indonesia's natural beauty to millions of international visitors. Its communities preserve cultural traditions that enrich the country's national identity. Its young generation carries the hopes of tomorrow. The road ahead will undoubtedly bring new opportunities as well as new challenges. Population growth will require thoughtful urban planning. Climate change will demand stronger environmental stewardship. Economic expansion must continue to balance development with conservation. Tourism must remain sustainable so that prosperity never comes at the expense of nature or local communities. Meeting these challenges will require wisdom, innovation, and cooperation. Fortunately, resilience has always been part of Central Lombok's story. The same determination that enabled generations of farmers to cultivate fertile land through changing seasons now inspires entrepreneurs, educators, engineers, conservationists, and community leaders to build a brighter future. This spirit cannot be measured by statistics alone. It is reflected in the smiles of local families welcoming visitors. It is reflected in the dedication of workers building new opportunities. It is reflected in every young dreamer who believes their future can be created without leaving the place they proudly call home. Perhaps that is why Central Lombok leaves such a lasting impression, because beyond its spectacular scenery and growing international reputation lies something much deeper. A reminder that progress is most meaningful when it strengthens people instead of replacing them. That development is most successful when it protects the landscapes that inspire it. That prosperity becomes truly valuable when it can be shared by entire communities. And that some of the world's most extraordinary places are not defined solely by what they have today, but by the vision they hold for tomorrow. Central Lombok is one of those places, a land where mountains meet the sea, where ancient landscapes embrace modern ambition, where tradition walks confidently beside innovation, and where every new sunrise marks another step in an extraordinary journey that is only just beginning. And perhaps that is the most remarkable truth about Central Lombok. Its story is still being written. Unlike ancient civilizations whose greatest achievements belong to the distant past, Central Lombok stands at a fascinating moment in history where tradition and progress continue to evolve together. Every year brings new opportunities, new ideas, new investments, and new generations determined to shape an even brighter future. This is a region that refuses to stand still. Construction projects continue to improve transportation and public infrastructure. Tourism services continue to expand. Educational opportunities become increasingly accessible. Digital technology connects local entrepreneurs with customers far beyond Indonesia's borders. Agriculture embraces innovation while preserving generations of traditional knowledge. Every improvement strengthens the foundation for future growth. Yet through every stage of this transformation, one thing remains unchanged: the land itself. The mountains continue to rise proudly over the northern horizon. The valleys continue to nourish fertile farmland. The rivers continue their journey toward the sea. The Indian Ocean continues to send powerful waves crashing onto the southern coast, just as it has for thousands of years. Nature reminds us that while human civilizations may change rapidly, the landscapes that shape them possess a timeless strength. For travelers, Central Lombok offers more than beautiful destinations. It offers perspective. Standing atop one of its rolling southern hills, looking across the endless blue waters of the Indian Ocean, it becomes easy to understand why this region has captured the imagination of so many people. The scenery is breathtaking, but the deeper beauty lies in understanding how these landscapes have sustained communities for generations. Every rice field represents years of hard work. Every fishing boat tells a story of courage. Every village reflects centuries of resilience. Every road represents another connection between people and opportunity. Every airport arrival symbolizes another visitor discovering a place that many now describe as one of Indonesia's hidden treasures. There is an authenticity here that cannot be manufactured. It cannot be copied. It cannot be replaced. It exists because Central Lombok has remained true to itself, even while embracing change. That authenticity is becoming increasingly rare in a rapidly changing world. Many destinations become victims of their own popularity, sacrificing identity in pursuit of growth. Central Lombok faces the same challenge. Its success will depend not only on attracting more visitors, but also on preserving the qualities that inspired those visitors to come in the first place. Clean beaches, healthy coral reefs, protected forests, sustainable agriculture, strong local communities, living cultural traditions, responsible development. These are not separate goals. Together, they form the blueprint for a prosperous future. This vision extends beyond economics. It speaks to a larger idea, that prosperity should improve lives without diminishing the natural and cultural heritage that makes a place unique. That development should create opportunities for local communities rather than replacing them. That progress should leave future generations with even greater possibilities than those enjoyed today. Central Lombok possesses all the ingredients to achieve that vision. It has extraordinary natural beauty. It has strategic geographic importance. It has fertile agricultural land. It has internationally recognized tourism destinations. It has modern transportation infrastructure. Most importantly, it has people whose determination continues to transform challenges into opportunities. Throughout history, regions have often been defined by a single achievement. Some are remembered for their monuments, others for their battles, others for their natural wonders. Central Lombok is different. Its identity is not built upon one landmark or one moment in time. Its identity is woven from thousands of stories. The story of a farmer preparing the fields before sunrise. The story of a fisherman returning safely after a long day at sea. The story of a student dreaming of becoming an engineer, a doctor, or an entrepreneur. The story of families preserving traditions while welcoming new possibilities. The story of communities working together to build a stronger future. Each of these stories contributes to something much larger. Together, they create the living heartbeat of Central Lombok. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, places like Central Lombok remind us that true progress begins at the local level. It begins with education. It grows through opportunity. It flourishes through cooperation. And it endures because people choose to protect what matters most. Long after visitors return home, they often remember more than the beaches or the landscapes. They remember the warmth of the people. They remember the peaceful rhythm of village life. They remember the sight of emerald rice fields stretching toward distant mountains. They remember sunsets that seemed almost too beautiful to be real. They remember a place where modern ambition never completely overshadowed the timeless beauty of nature. That is the lasting impression of Central Lombok, not simply a destination, not merely a regency on the island of Lombok, but a living example of how geography, history, culture, and human determination can come together to create something truly extraordinary. As Indonesia continues to rise on the global stage, Central Lombok will undoubtedly continue rising with it. Not because it seeks to become someone else, but because it has embraced the greatest strength any place can possess, the courage to preserve its identity while confidently building its future. And perhaps that is the greatest lesson this remarkable land has to offer the world. The future does not belong to those who abandon their roots. The future belongs to those who grow from them. In the heart of Lombok Island, beneath the shadow of volcanic mountains and beside the endless waters of the Indian Ocean, that future is already taking shape. Day by day, generation by generation, dream by dream. And the story of Central Lombok is only just beginning. Far beyond statistics, maps, and development plans, Central Lombok represents something that cannot easily be measured. It represents possibility. Possibility born from geography. Possibility strengthened by resilience. Possibility realized through vision. For centuries, this land quietly fulfilled its role as the agricultural heart of Lombok, producing food, sustaining communities, and preserving traditions that define the identity of the Sasak people. It did not seek international recognition. It did not compete for global attention. It simply flourished according to the rhythm of nature. Today, the world has begun to notice what has always been here. Travelers arrive searching for breathtaking beaches and unforgettable adventures. Investors recognize strategic opportunities. Athletes compete on a world-class circuit overlooking one of the most spectacular coastlines in Southeast Asia. Researchers study its landscapes, biodiversity, and cultural heritage. Photographers capture scenes that inspire millions across social media. Yet, despite growing international recognition, the true essence of Central Lombok remains beautifully unchanged. Its greatest luxury is not found inside a five-star resort. It is found in the silence of sunrise over mist-covered rice fields. Its greatest monument is not built from concrete or steel. It is the magnificent landscape carved by volcanic forces and shaped by countless generations of nature. Its greatest wealth is not measured only by economic growth. It is measured by the strength of its communities, the richness of its traditions, and the determination of its people to create a better future. This is the kind of place that reminds us why travel matters, not because it allows us to escape life, but because it allows us to understand it. Standing on a hill overlooking the southern coastline, watching waves travel thousands of kilometers across the Indian Ocean before reaching Lombok's shores, it becomes impossible not to feel a sense of humility. Nature operates on a scale far beyond human imagination. The mountains took millions of years to form. The coastline was sculpted over countless centuries. The fertile soils that sustain agriculture today were created by ancient volcanic activity long before human civilization appeared on this island. Every generation has inherited this remarkable landscape. Every generation carries the responsibility of protecting it. That responsibility has never been more important than it is today. The world is changing rapidly. Climate patterns continue to evolve. Population growth increases demand for land and resources. Tourism expands. Technology accelerates every aspect of daily life. In the midst of these changes, Central Lombok faces a defining question. How can a region continue growing while preserving the natural and cultural treasures that make it extraordinary? The answer will shape not only its own future, but may also serve as an example for destinations across Indonesia and beyond. Sustainable tourism, responsible investment, environmental conservation, quality education, community empowerment. These are not simply development strategies, they are commitments to future generations. Commitments that recognize prosperity should never come at the cost of identity. Central Lombok has already demonstrated remarkable progress. Modern infrastructure connects communities more efficiently than ever before. Lombok International Airport links the island with major cities across Indonesia and international destinations. Improved transportation supports tourism, trade, and investment. The Mandalika development has introduced the region to millions around the world. Agriculture continues to evolve through innovation while maintaining its essential role in the local economy. These achievements deserve recognition, but perhaps the most impressive achievement cannot be photographed. It is the confidence of a community that believes in its own future, a future where children can dream bigger without forgetting where they came from, a future where economic growth creates opportunities for everyone, a future where traditional wisdom and modern innovation strengthen one another rather than compete. That confidence is visible everywhere. In students walking to school with hopes of changing their communities, in farmers adopting new techniques while respecting generations of agricultural knowledge, in entrepreneurs building businesses inspired by local culture, in artists preserving traditions through music, dance, weaving, and craftsmanship, in families who continue teaching younger generations the values that have guided their communities for centuries. Every one of these stories adds another layer to the remarkable identity of Central Lombok. Together, they reveal a truth often overlooked. A destination is never defined only by its scenery. It is defined by the people who give that scenery meaning. Without its communities, the beaches would simply be stretches of sand. The mountains would merely be rocks. The rice fields would be empty landscapes. It is the people who transform geography into home. It is their history that gives every village its character. It is their resilience that turns challenges into opportunities. And it is their dreams that continue writing the next chapter of Central Lombok's extraordinary journey. As the sun sets beyond the Indian Ocean and another day comes to an end, the lights of villages, towns, and communities begin to shine across the landscape. They are quiet reminders that beneath every remarkable destination lies something even more remarkable: the lives of ordinary people doing extraordinary things every single day. That is the true spirit of Central Lombok, a place where every horizon inspires hope, every season brings renewal, every generation builds upon the achievements of those who came before, and every tomorrow holds the promise of something even greater than today. This is not simply the centre of Lombok Island. It is a place where Indonesia's natural beauty, human resilience, and limitless potential come together to tell a story that deserves to be remembered, celebrated, and shared with the world for generations to come. And when future generations look back at this chapter in history, they may realize that they witnessed the beginning of something truly remarkable. They will remember a time when Central Lombok emerged from being known primarily as a beautiful region on Lombok Island to becoming one of Indonesia's most recognized destinations on the global stage. They will remember how a landscape blessed with fertile plains, volcanic highlands, and an extraordinary coastline embraced opportunity without losing its soul. They will remember how local communities adapted to rapid change while protecting the traditions that had guided them for centuries. History often celebrates great cities. It celebrates powerful kingdoms. It celebrates monumental architecture. But history is also written by places that quietly transform themselves through vision, perseverance, and unity. Central Lombok is becoming one of those places. Every investment in education creates future leaders. Every improvement in infrastructure strengthens regional connectivity. Every successful harvest reinforces food security. Every visitor who leaves with unforgettable memories becomes an ambassador, sharing the story of Central Lombok with friends, families, and the wider world. This is how reputations are built, not overnight, not through advertising alone, but through consistent experiences that inspire admiration and trust. That reputation continues to grow. Travelers increasingly recognize Central Lombok as a destination where adventure and relaxation exist side by side. Surfers chase powerful waves shaped by the Indian Ocean. Nature lovers explore rolling hills overlooking endless blue horizons. Families enjoy peaceful beaches with crystal clear waters. Sports enthusiasts witness international competitions that place Lombok before a global audience. Photographers discover landscapes that seem almost untouched by time. Every visitor experiences the region differently, yet nearly all leave with the same conclusion. Central Lombok possesses a rare authenticity that cannot be manufactured. It is authentic because life here still follows many of the values that have sustained communities for generations. Respect for nature, respect for family, respect for hard work, respect for community. These values remain visible in everyday life, from village traditions to agricultural practices, from local markets to neighborhood celebrations. They remind us that true progress is strongest when it grows from deeply rooted cultural foundations. Looking ahead, the opportunities before Central Lombok are extraordinary. Its strategic location in the heart of Indonesia's tourism network offers tremendous potential. Its natural resources provide lasting economic strength. Its young and growing population represents an invaluable source of creativity, talent, and innovation.